Good morning, guys. How's everybody doing? We're going to be taking a look at this build. There was a few questions about it, about how to install the dampener. I'll go over it, and then questions on the foot pegs. So I'll answer a few questions that people had. The seat is not permanent. We just put it there as a placeholder to kind of get a feel for it. Do a little quick walk around, and then I'll start talking about the parts. We haven't added on, and we're still waiting for the gas tank, which is going to take up this slot in here. It's a custom gas tank, so we're still waiting for that. Sprocket goes here. Rear brakes will be mounted here, and it even has front brakes to get mounted here with an adapter, like a bracket kind of. The tire came with some overspray on it. I know, not the prettiest, but we'll get some use out of them and then swap them. But let's go ahead and talk about these foot pegs. So these are ATV / dirt bike foot pegs, most commonly seen like on pit bikes and stuff. Pretty simple, straightforward. What we did here is we just widened the bracket a little bit. As you see, the bracket is a little bit widened. So you can take clamps, you can take pliers and stretch it to the left or to the right a little bit, so you can get a little extra space, because these buckets that go inside here that snap in, they're kind of oversized. So instead of trimming this, since if I'm not mistaken, this is aluminum, instead of trimming that, you just open it up a little bit, just a tiny bit. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a drill and you're gonna drill open this hole a little bit. It's gonna maybe need 1 or 2 drills on it, nothing crazy. As you see, it's not a big hole, it's just minor. And all the clips are supposed to clip into place, like the spring goes here, the lock clip goes here, so everything still fits how it would fit on a regular bike, and it folds. The bike's, it's saying here, but it folds up and down, it's spring loaded. I mean, it works 100%. There's really nothing you can do wrong. So you basically just have to stretch this out a little bit, push it to one side, and then re-drill this hole. Make the hole bigger so the ATV / dirt bike pegs can fit. Real simple. I'll show you the other side too. Of course, you don't want to have your engine. It'll be a lot easier if you remove your engine, because this foot peg is right by the engine. So same thing, as you see, it's a little bit widened here. You stretch it out a little bit, and then everything locks into place. You drill your holes and stuff, so everything is there. That's the foot pegs for you. Take a look at the other side again. Pretty straightforward. So if they don't fit, you can widen it a little bit, and you re-drill the hole, make the hole bigger so everything fits. So this long screw fits in there, this safety screw fits in there. Now to the dampener. It's not 100% done, because we're missing 1 bolt. As you see, 1 bolt is different than the others. So we're gonna have to swap this bolt for a bolt like this that's longer. So what you do is you go ahead and align your steering straight. You always wanna have your steering straight as it. If you have a level scale, you can level it, make sure it's straight. And you wanna take the dampener and you wanna position it halfway in before you mount anything, before you drill any holes or anything. So what I did is I used the handlebar. Instead of drilling holes anywhere, I used the handlebar as a point. And it's gonna get worn out a little bit here, as you see, because it's at an angle. Nothing's gonna happen. I've ridden them so many times that nothing happens. It's the little aluminum metal gets worn out from all the turns that you're doing, basically. You can cover that in with some paint, and once it gets worn in, you'll have the groove. It's absolutely fine. Or you can groove it yourself even. You can take a little small tool and shave off a little bit from here. What we did here is we cut the plastic off, and I'll show you guys on this side. All you have to do is, once you get it aligned, is drill a hole in the frame. I mean, you don't have to drill a hole. You can use those clamps. They sell these clamps, which are smaller versions of this. So imagine this, but just a smaller version that you can clamp on here. Only issue is since we have the gas tank coming, I needed clearance. So I had to drill into the frame. You don't have to drill into the frame. You can get these clamps that are like miniature clamps, basically like LED pod clamps, or any kind of clamp that's this kind of style where you can bolt something on. So instead of drilling the hole, because a lot of people don't like drilling holes, they say it weakens the frame, but I mean, it's a tiny hole. It's literally a tiny hole with a spacer and a bolt at the bottom. So it's really not much. So if you want to avoid drilling, you're going to need one of these adapters. And since we needed this space freed up as much as we could, since the tank is going to go in here, I'll show you guys in another video when it comes in. I needed to drill it and keep it as flush as possible, which was my only option right here. And you know, the dampener is fully adjustable. There you go. You can adjust the firmness, softness, everything. I mean, it's beautiful, literally. Definitely right. If you go in high speeds, you're gonna need this. Anything over 60 miles an hour, this helps a lot because these suspensions aren't really made to go over 30 miles an hour, really. If you really look at the specs for a lot of these wheels, even the 12-inch wheels, you're looking at specs for 30, 40 miles an hour. With this fully built motor, which is stage 4, you got the cams, everything I went over at the last video, you're gonna be easily hitting 60 miles plus an hour, which is already jeopardizing the wheels and everything. So these aren't like any kind of crazy racing wheels or anything like that. So, and even the 6-inch and the 8-inch wheels, they're not meant to go 60 plus miles an hour, no matter what anybody says. That's just my personal opinion from riding these bikes for all these years. And going 60, 70 on 6-inch wheels, and it's wobbly. I'm telling you, it's wobbly. The steering starts going like this. With this, you'll have some control at high speeds. Yeah, so that's that. I had a few questions about how to mount those, so I hope I answered those. And if you have any other questions, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. We got the 300, the big block over here, fully built internals. We got the rod, piston head. It doesn't have the flywheel. I gotta get the flywheel. I gotta get a Mikuni. It has, we did everything to this bad boy besides the flywheel and the Mikuni. So this is gonna be another one. This is going on a yellow frame, so make sure you guys look out for it. It's gonna be a monster.